Hello friends, welcome back. In this particular session, we are going to discuss how to set up the Spark environment on Windows machine. For this, there are certain prerequisites. Let me walk you through with those prerequisites. First one is storage. We need to have at least 50 GB of the storage onto the disk once we are setting up the Spark environment. Then memory. So we need to have at least 8 GB of the on RAM onto the machine. But if you want better functionality, then 16 GB or more RAM is preferred. Then third one is operating system. So Spark is able to work with Windows, Mac, or Linux operating system. In this particular session, we are going to discuss about the Windows operating system, and we are going to set up the Spark environment on Windows. Then Java. So in order to have the Spark environment on Windows machine or any machine basically, so we need to have Java, and Java 8 or higher versions are preferred. Then Python. So if you want to use PySpark for the computation purpose, then you need to have Python in your machine, and Python 2.7 or higher versions are preferred. Then Py4j. Friends, in order to have the communication between Python and Java, Py4j file is required or Py4j library is required. And Py4j 0.10.9 version or higher versions are preferred while setting the Spark environment on Windows. Then the Spark. Okay, so we need to download the Spark in order to set up the Spark environment, and I will share the thread from where you will be able to download it. Let me tell you the different steps which are required in order to set up the Spark environment. So first one, we need to install Java and then set up the environment variables. Then we need to install Python and set up the environment variables. Then we need to download Spark and set up this environment variables. We need to download WinUtils files. This is the utility which is required in order to have communication between the Windows OS and the Spark. So WinUtils files is required. So we need to download this particular file and then proceed with the environment variable setting, and at the end we need to download or install a particular ID. In this particular session, I will walk you through with PyCharm and VS Code IDE. So far, we have discussed about prerequisites and different steps that we need to follow to have Spark onto the Windows machine. Let me take a pause over here, and in the next session, we will be discussing how to install Java and proceed with the environment variable settings. Thank you, friends.